What's up, guys? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. In today's video, I'm going to show you a mystery reseller box that I purchased. I'm going to talk about why I decided to purchase it and then show you all of the items that I got. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, I am a reseller. I sell items on eBay and PoshMark. Today's video, I'm going to show you why I decided to purchase this inventory box and then show you all of the items that I got in it. So if you like content like that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a like on the way out. Drop notes down below if you like these haul videos so I know to do more of them. So before we get started to see what is in the box, I want to talk a little bit about why I decided to purchase this. I think it's important. It's fun to see all the stuff that I get, but I also want this to be a learning experience and a learning channel and show you why I decided to purchase this. And for me, that starts with my data. So if you guys are new here, you can check out the shirt for sure. I like data. I make decisions based off of my data and based off of what is working for me. So this is the sales and trends dashboard that I am showing you. It is for sale on my Etsy and on my website. I also have an affiliate. If you have this, you can become an affiliate. I just started an affiliate program and get paid to promote it as well. So this is the sales and trends. I have 3 dashboards that I talk about throughout all my videos if you have more questions about them. Sales and trends. This goes over every platform that I sell on. It is not just specific to one. I sell mainly on PoshMark and Ebay, a little bit on Etsy. I also have some stuff on Depop and Tradesies. So this is all of my data for everything that I sell, all the platforms that I sell on. It tells me my performance, my monthly summary and everything. I want to start with this simulator. So I can put in here, you can see I have 6,800 gross revenue. That is my goal. That is unique to me. I put how much I want to make in there, and then it looks at my data and looks at how I do on average, calculates this little table for me, and it gives me different scenarios to help me get to that goal based off of my data, based off of how I'm doing. I'm currently kind of going for this strategy down at the bottom. It's a lower average sale price, meaning I need to have an average sale price of $33.83 and sell 200 items. In order to do that, based off of my sell-through rate, how many items I'm selling a month, I need to increase my active listings to 2,317 listings. I'm currently going for this because we're in the middle of a pandemic. People are not spending as much, so I'm kind of aiming for the lower average sale price. But this is where this is amazing, is you can look at your simulator and see what works for you and where you want to go for there. So when I am sourcing, I keep that in mind. This average sale price number, I keep that in the back of my mind at all times. I am aiming for $33.83 or higher for inventory that I am purchasing. I want it to sell at that price. And so how do I decide what is selling there? This is also just a different tab on the same sales and inventory. I'm looking at May 2020 because that's the most recent full month. I'm shooting this in the middle of June. Maybe it'll get out in June. Possibly I won't get it edited until July. But so this is, I'm looking at the last full month that I have that is most recent to me. And what I'm looking at here is what are my this is showing me my top 20 categories. What are my top 20 categories? What are my top 20 brands? And for the sake of this, so the box that I purchased is all vintage. It was a vintage seller. She has some overflow in her consignment business and a vintage seller. If I'm not going to say her name, or their name, if you are interested in something like this, she does this for other people as well. So send me a DM on Instagram and I can give you her information. But here, so this is my brand performance. My sell-through rate is over here, and then my average sale price is down here. So my best performing, I mean, I want everything to be up here. It means I am selling through everything that I'm purchasing and it has a high average sale price. That's not realistic. But for vintage, my average sale price for vintage is for $35.59. So on average, the items that I'm purchasing for vintage are above that $33 that I am aiming for in my simulator. My sell-through rate is 14%. I would like that to be higher. However, the thing with vintage is you can come over here and look on your average days on hand. It is of my top 20 brands. So my top 20 gross revenue brands, it is the longest sitting. On average, items sit for 176 days. That for me, because I'm not mainly a vintage seller, that is fairly normal for me because vintage is very unique. You have to find the right person that likes that exact style in that exact same size. So sometimes it does sit longer. I don't necessarily mind for two reasons. One, it is above my average sale price, so I'm okay with that. And two, I just really like vintage. Sometimes you just have to buy things that you like, and it does sell, but it is going to sit sometimes. And I think some of that too could be because I am not solely a vintage seller. People aren't coming to my closet specifically for vintage. And I also probably don't know SEOs as well and how to get more exposure on the vintage. So that's definitely something that I could work for. But this is why I decided I'm okay buying a vintage reseller box. And then I come up here to the categories quickly. I'm not going to go into this, but quickly I can look at the categories that are selling for me as well for that. So I wanted to show you that before we get into it. This is a vintage box, and that is why I decided, is it worth it? Should I do it? So let's get into some of the items. Like I said, I'm not going to share the seller with you. But if you're interested in it, she definitely said that I can share her information. I'm going to do it via DM. So send me a DM on Instagram if you're interested in this. She has vintage. She also has non-vintage stuff. And what was cool about this box too, it's kind of a mystery box, but not really, in the sense of we did a virtual call. She had a rack, or she had 2 racks of inventory she was willing to get rid of at the time. We did a virtual Zoom call. She showed it to me. We talked about it, and then she put it in the box. So it's a mystery in the sense that I've never seen it in real life, but I did see it on a call. So let's get into it. Let me move these. Let me move it a little closer. Okay, so a little bit of tissue paper on the top. Nice presentation. A nice little note card. I'm not going to open it and read it, but that is always a nice little touch. So like I said, this is vintage. As I was going through and picking stuff from her, I realized that I really like fun prints. So this is a vintage, I would guess 70s, based off of the print maxi. This is a lot heavier than I thought that it would have been. So if you're new to vintage, some tips. I am not necessarily a pro, so watch some other good vintage videos for sure. But that tag right there is a pretty good indicator that it's vintage. It's kind of like a polyester. I would venture to say this is going to be a 70s. Oftentimes clothes have labels on the inside. I can't see that, but you can also tell by the stitching. So this is not very sophisticated machine work, which means that it is going to be it's either handmade or vintage because it's not very sophisticated machine work. However, this is a label, so it's not handmade. So that leads me to believe 70s. The nice thing too about this is a lot of her stuff was on PoshMark, so I could look a little bit more at it. I could look at her descriptions and how much she had for sale, so it gave me a good idea of comps. And everything I looked at was above that $35, if not higher, average sale price. This is, y'all, tell me you do not love a big 80s bow. It's kind of hard to see this in the black, but this is like a big 80s bow. That's a huge indicator that it is vintage. If you guys know any of these vintage labels, I'm not familiar with Night Scarlet, but definitely this is an 80s style. And then this tag is an older style tag. And you can tell too, just like the feel of this tag is an older style tag. It does say made in USA. That's always a good indicator. Just because it's made in the USA does not mean that it's vintage, but a lot of times it's a helpful clue as well. And this does have dry clean only. So, and you can look at the Fashion Guild is really good. There's a lot of really good online sources. The labels are going to help you decide how to date it. And then also the style. This is very 80s style. Y'all, prints. What did I tell you? Like, how amazing is this print? It looks very 70s, kind of like a Hawaiian 70s tunic dress. Tell me that is not amazing with this embroidery. If you guys don't follow girly girl styles, like this totally looks like a girly girl style. She loves her embroidery. It totally rocks the 70s style. I'm looking for a tag. This does not have a tag, but again, you can see this is not overly sophisticated machine work. And you can see here as well. I'm going to say that it's not handmade, or it was very well handmade, because it looks better than just a natural handmade. But that helps you date it as well because they didn't have a sophisticated machinery as they do now. Tell me this jacket. Oh my God. You see it? So cute with the big, so shoulder pads are starting to come in, so it's not necessarily, there's a lot of like meant to look vintage, so you have to be careful, but shoulder pads is definitely a good indicator of vintage. Let's look at the tag. I feel like she said this was a really nice brand, made in Italy. Made in Italy is usually a good indicator that it is a nice quality as well. Let me move my mannequin. Do you guys have a name for your mannequin? Drop it down below. I feel like I need a name for her. I don't have one, but I know a lot of people do. This, I think this probably will sell under that $33, depending, but it's like a 70s vintage ski sweater. Oh, maybe 8. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to look up this label. What do you guys think? That label doesn't lead me to believe 70s. Made in France, though. I'm looking, yeah. So a lot of times on the inside seams, it'll have, well, this is an older, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about vintage. What date is this? The style definitely looks 70s to me. So cute. That one I got because I just liked it. It was so cute. Made in Italy. And look at this. I do remember this. This is a blazer. But if you look at that label and look like in the background, it says Versace. So it is a Versace off-brand. Shoulder pads, it is women's. And the way that I know that it is women's is it's fitted. It has these darts right here that are fitted, longer vintage Versace jacket. That's amazing. That is whew, so cute. What do you guys think? Is it a good box yet or not? How did I do? Leave notes down below on your thoughts. This is L'Oreal, made in Portugal. I'm noticing as I am unboxing this and when I was talking to her, it has the gold buttons. This is a very 80s style type blazer. And I like it, so it's size 42. It's hard to find a plus size, bigger, I don't know, not bigger, but it's hard to find vintage in a variety of sizes. So a 42, I liked that it was a size 42. It's also wool and silk. So those are two really nice fabrics as well. A couple more left. This is, oh my God, this is even more gorgeous in person. Oh my God, how amazing is this? This is an authentic vintage Asian style Asian dress, but it has that shimmer on it. Oh my God, this is stunning. Tell me this is not stunning. That is gorgeous. I'm excited. I think I did good. What do you guys think? Do you like it? These are fun, huh? Victor Costa, I think, is a pretty nice brand. Drop notes down below, size 8. It's just a skirt. I don't love selling skirts. They usually don't sell very high price, but this is a nicer brand if I remember correctly. And I love the embroidery. And then if you can't tell, can you tell? Yeah, it's like polka dots too. This is gorgeous. If you're interested in purchasing any of this too as well, send me a DM on Instagram. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is kind of fun. So this is a mystery box in the sense of I saw it, but seeing it in person is even better because you can like see the texture and like this embroidery. Can you see that? Oh my God, it's like beaded. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. It is a long maxi sequin dress. This is pretty. And so here's the tag. I'm not familiar with that. Definitely leave notes down below if you guys know it, but this definitely is a vintage tag. Has the RN size 16, which I love that. And it does have stretch as well. So the thing too, let me know down below how you guys categorize your vintage. When I used to do it based off of the size that is on the tag, but vintage sizing has changed over time. And so now I'm starting to do it based off of what size it would fit a modern size, because vintage 70s size 16 is different than a vintage 80s size 16, definitely different than now. And people know their sizes now. So I typically would put like a size 16 if it fits like a medium, I would put it in a medium. But I'm interested to know how you guys do it as well. So this is the last thing in the box. And it is a cute little mod skirt. It's kind of hard to see. Do you see those buttons? That is so cute. And it has a tie and a wrap. This is totally something I would have rocked when I was a hairdresser. This is so stinking cute. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I'm not convinced that it's vintage, to be honest. It definitely has that vintage style, but that tag looks a little newer. But it definitely has the mod style, so I'm not hating this. What do you guys think? Leave your notes down below what you guys think. If you're interested in purchasing, send me a DM. If you're interested in purchasing the items that I got, send me a DM. Or if you like this box and you think it would be worth it for you as well, send me a DM and I'll let you know who it is. So have a good day.